Students, I told you would like it. So now, give them your undivided attention, save your questions to the end, and like I said earlier, let's be respectful. Give them another round of applause.
Thank you very much. Let's give your principal a big hand. Give Principal Brooks a big hand. Thank you so much for inviting me. Boy, I am excited. Are there any Vikings in the house? I can't hear you. Are there any Vikings in the house? Are you gonna be somebody? Are you gonna be somebody? I can't hear you. Are you gonna be somebody? Repeat after me. I am. I can't hear you, Vikings. I am. I am. Step on your feet. I am. Step on your feet. Say I am. I am. Somebody. Thank you very much for those kind remarks, Mr. Brooks, and I want to say to these students, I'm excited about being here. I remember many years ago, I was sitting where you are sitting now. I was in the 8th grade, but even before I got to the 8th grade, I want to just introduce someone to you that's not with me. She's not with me today, but I like to introduce her everywhere I go, and that's my wife. Because I met her in the 2nd grade, Vikings. That's right. I met her out in the Glades in the 2nd grade. Now let me tell you a little something about that, though. She used to hate the sound of my name. We were in the 2nd grade. She just didn't want to hear the name Willie Gary. But I knew she was digging on me, you understand? In the 2nd grade. But let me tell you this, Vikings, I thank God every day for her. I thank God every day for her. I know I get all the speaking engagements. I get all the honorary degrees, all the accolades, all the speaking engagements and all of that. But Vikings, I want you to know that I love that young lady, because whatever I am, or whatever I hope to be, it's because I've had a good woman standing by my side. Give her a big hand even though she's not here. Is that all right, ladies? Is that all right, ladies? All right. I'm excited. I'm excited. I could have been a lot of places, but this is where I wanted to be. Because I know pretty soon you all will be leaving John F. Kennedy and you'll be going on to high school. And it's so important that you understand that you are in a unique position, students. This is Black History Month. There's a lot to that. Don't take that lightly. This is Black History Month. This is where we talk about some of the things that we've done over the years that got you to a position where you can be anything that you want to be. You can be anybody that you want to be. You can dream big. You can accomplish your goals. You saw the video. Let me tell you something. I didn't always have my own jet airplane. Didn't always drive a fine car. Didn't live in a mansion. That didn't always happen. But because of a lot of hard work and determination, you can do whatever you want to do. And let me tell you something else too. That's why you need to be serious. Because those that call to be your friends don't want to see you make it. Oh yes, they don't want to see you make it. You know, they talk a good game. But when you study hard, when you pay the price, when you burn the midnight oil and you make the grades that you're making. And I want to stop to give you another shout out for being one of the best schools in this country, in this state for sure. Best 8th graders. Give yourselves another big hand. Give yourselves a big hand for that. Now, students, let me say this. You can be what you want to be. And let me tell you, you got to be somebody. There's a time to laugh, and there's a time to be serious. But you got to be. You have to be somebody. You know why you have to be somebody? Because there were those who died. They died. They gave up their lives because they knew that one day these young Vikings would be striving to be the best that they could be. They paid the price. They laid it on the line. They died for you. And you don't have the right to sit and be nobody. You don't have the right to let them down. You know the price that Dr. King paid. He gave up his life because he knew that one day there would be John F. Kennedy Vikings, just 8th graders, striving to be the best in the state. He gave up. He knew he was going to die. But it was either die, run, or hide, or he could stand and take it for you. Now you owe it to him to be somebody. And this is not a laughing matter. It's a serious matter. And I know you all are going to go on to do great things. We could have the President of the United States in this room today. But you got to work hard, students. You got to obey your teachers, obey your parents. Nothing comes easy in life that's worth having. Just slow it down and think about what you want to do, what you want to have, and realize that you can have it. You can be what you want to be. And it doesn't have to be about drugs or crime or anything like that. It's just hard work and determination. Let me tell you something, and you got to believe in yourselves. I'm not cocky, but I have a whole lot of confidence. And I want you to have confidence. Let me tell you something. Every time I walk in the courtroom, I just feel, Vikings, that I'm going to win. Feel it in my bones. And that's the attitude I want you to have. And you got to have it. Because you got to make those who never made it, you got to make them proud. They died. Just remember, they died, some marching. You all know about those who marched from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. There was an old lady. She was 80 plus years old. She was marching. It's time to be serious. She was marching to give you a chance to be all that you can be. And they tell me as they marched, it was a long march. Many miles, her feet were blistering. And the blood was coming from the blisters. They said, old lady, you marched enough. I know your feet are tired. You just get in the car, you take a break. You don't have to march anymore. She said, no, I'm marching for the young men and women that's not born yet. She said, but your feet are blistering. And there's blood. You got to stop. She said, no! Because she was marching for you, Vikings. You don't have the right to let her down. They said, what? She said, are you tired? She said, I may be tired, but my soul is rested. My soul is rested. I want you all to go out and make it happen. I was born one of 11 children. It was 11 of us in a little house that was about the size of a 2-car garage. But it didn't stop me. You see, because I wanted to be somebody. Nobody's gonna give you anything. There are no free rides. Crime doesn't pay, but you can do it. You can do it. Let me tell you something. The only thing I wish this morning was that if my daddy was alive, that he could see me today. I went to New York last month. and received the award for the top lawyer in the United States of America. You can do it. You can do it. And I know you can. Here it is, a farm boy. A farm boy. Anybody ever heard of the Glades? Pahokee, Belglade. That's where I grew up. Cutting sugar cane. And I never forget it when the night that the president invited me to the White House. All I could think about was where I came from. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Young people, you can do it. A farm boy. My daddy had a 2nd grade education. He was a hard worker. My mother had an 8th grade education. Young folks, sometimes she gave birth to my baby sister on a Friday, and she was back in the fields working on a Monday. Hard work. Refuse to be denied. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Because you can. And I know you can. And then as I close, let me say now, because I know you all are ready to go back to class, right? Can I keep on talking? Can I keep on talking? You see, young people, my life is a story. It's an example of how tough times don't last. Sometimes you're going to feel like giving up, but don't give up. Sometimes you're going to feel like quitting, but don't quit. Then if you get knocked down, just get up. Can I get a witness? Amen. Can I get a witness? Are you going to be somebody? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. And then, let me just say this. When you make it, because I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to make it. Can you imagine putting yourself in a position to win a $23 billion case? Fair and square. Don't have to worry about going to jail, getting in trouble. Don't have to worry. It's not about drugs, not about crime. Just working hard, studying hard, paying the price, being all that I can be. Can you imagine that? Well, let me just tell you, it wasn't always like that. Times were tough. But tough times make tough people. And then, as I close, let me say this. In all that you do, because I know you're going to go on, you're going to leave John F. Kennedy, you're going to finish high school, you're going to go to college, you're going to do trade school or whatever it is, but you're going to be somebody. I can see it on your faces. You're going to be something. Even those who are trying to hold you back. And remember, some of your classmates, some of your best friends, when they see you studying hard, and when you're making it, you're making good grades, they don't want to see it. Because they don't want to be anybody, they don't want you to be anybody, but you make it anyway. Make it happen. And then when you make it happen, I want you to do one thing for me. In all that you do, you keep God in your plans. You keep Him in your plans, young people. You study hard, you work hard, you pray hard to be all that you can be. And when you do that, I declare that the road will always rise to meet you. And the wind will always be at your backs. The sun will shine warmly upon your faces. And the rain will fall softly upon your fields. And until we meet again, Vikings, remember God will take care of you. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Stand up, Vikings. Give them a round of applause. Stand up. Just a couple quick announcements before I release you back to class. Just a couple quick announcements. Listen to me, because I want to reinforce some things. And you know I'm not in the plane.